What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm here to talk about the second time jump and explain it and give you guys my thoughts on it. And also I'll be discussing why I believe the Whisperers will show up in episode 6. I kind of gathered some evidence off of reports in the trailer, and this is kind of why I believe the Whisperers will show up in episode 6. Just a quick little video to give you guys my thoughts on it and break it down. Actually, I don't know if it's going to be a quick little video because we have a lot to talk about because this is some pretty big news. Now, I made a video regarding the time jump already, but it's been reported by a number of sources, most prominently the Spoiling Dead fans, which is probably these guys are always right when it comes to big stuff like this. I seriously have no clue if they have an inside man or what. If you guys know, please let me know, because it really amazes me how they know this stuff, because this isn't stuff you can figure out from, you know, on-set photos. So I seriously have no clue how to figure this out, but they've never really been wrong about huge stuff like this. So again, I'm gonna take their word for it. But yeah, there has been a second time jump occurring in season 9 reportedly, and this time jump is gonna be 5 to 6 years, which is crazy. That is a long ass time, and a lot of stuff can change in that 5 to 6 years, and I'll discuss that in a second too. But they also said that this time jump will occur either between episode 5 and 6 or during episode 6. Now, I believe it's going to happen between 5 and 6, in the beginning of 6, because I think that'll make most sense, because I think a time jump in the middle of the episode will be a little weird. But what I find interesting here is that also it has been reported that Andrew Lincoln's last episode will be episode 5. Maybe he'll show up in 6 as like a flashback or something, but his death episode is reported to be episode 5. Now, you don't even have to take the Spoiling Dead fans' word for that. It's pretty clear, because Andrew Lincoln was at San Diego Comic-Con yesterday, and he had a shaved beard, and they're filming episode 7 right now. So he's done filming, so he's clearly done. And if you know the trailers and stuff, each trailer every single year, they have footage from episode 1 to 6. They never have episode 7 or 8 or anything like that. It's always 1 to 6. So all of this stuff is adding up to make sense why I believe the Whisperers will show up in episode 6. But once Rick dies, it's kind of the end of that first chapter, because the first chapter was watching Rick wake up from the hospital until his death. Now, once Rick dies, it's kind of, you know, like the end of the chapter, and they have to, you know, or you can even say the end of the book, and now it's a new book kind of, because that makes sense why there's a 5 to 6 year time jump, because once Rick dies, so much is gonna change. It's the end of the story. When we pick up 5 or 6 years later, it's gonna be a whole new world. You know, stuff are gonna change. Carol's gonna, like, even the characters are gonna be so much older. That's why they casted an older Henry, which is interesting because they casted his older brother, like the actor, and that whole family, all the children of that family have been playing kids in The Walking Dead. Like, I think the girl's name who plays Sophia, she was Madison Lintz, and then Henry is Matt Lintz, and then, or Mason Lintz, I don't know. And then the older brother who's going to be playing Henry older is Matt Lintz. One of those two, but you know what I'm saying. It's like the Lintz children. They've all been playing kids in The Walking Dead, which is pretty cool. But a lot of the characters are going to be much older too. Like Daryl is going to be like in his mid-50s. Carol's going to be like almost 60. I'm assuming that the characters are like the age of the actors, which is what I'm going off to. You know, we're going to have a much older Judith. We're probably going to have like a Judith at the age of Carl in the beginning of The Walking Dead. Even a little older. So a lot of stuff is going to change, and it makes sense why once Rick dies, that new chapter opens in the world of The Walking Dead. But let's talk about the Whisperers too, because I believe the Whisperers will show up in episode 6, and it's been confirmed that this was the Whisperers at the end of this trailer. Now, this is Eugene and Rosita. I knew this was Rosita, but I couldn't figure out who this was for some reason. I had a hard time doing that. But thank you guys for commenting. It is Eugene. It makes sense. I thought it was Luke, who's played by Dan Fogler, who's the new character in Magnus Group. I thought it was him for a second, but it's not. That is Eugene and Rosita, and that totally makes sense because those two always spend time together. But it's been confirmed that these are the Whisperers by Robert Kirkman. Now, I knew they were alluding to the Whisperers or something, and I heard that Where Are They? But I didn't think that Where Are They was legit, you know. I thought it was like something people kind of made out of the context of the growls or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just didn't think it was part of the script, is what I'm trying to say. But Robert Kirkman yesterday at the convention, he said, because one of the questions was from Yanette Nicole Brown, she asked him, what are some stuff that we can expect at the end of, or like what are some comic book stuff that we can explain in, or that we can expect in season 9? And he said, I don't know about you guys, but I heard some whispers at the end of the trailer there with those walkers. So that is really cool. Now, we knew these were whispers, but he kind of confirmed that Where Are They? And I think that is amazing, because when reading a comic book, we see like the Whisperers have text and stuff, but it's just like text bubbles and whatnot. But them, because we never really hear them talk, and now we're gonna hear the Whisperers talk, and the fact that they talk like that, like kind of with like, I think you could say like Walker vocals, like where are they, like stuff like that. I think that's fucking amazing, because I never really expected them to talk like that. Because reading a comic, you read it in your own voice, really. You don't really, when you think of whispering, you think of, hey, where are they? But the fact that they're actually like talking, like, I guess you could say like a Walker would, with like a Walker vocals, I think that's fucking awesome. And I'm so excited for the Whisperers. And I have like a Whisperer a video coming up soon, like a video essay talking about the Whisperers and a bunch of stuff. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, be sure to subscribe. But anyways, moving on. Why I think the Whisperers will show up in episode 6? Because I believe this is episode 6. Because if there's a time jump of 5 to 6 episodes, it'll make sense that the Whisper, or 5 to 6 years, it'll make sense that the Whisperers will show up afterwards. Because once Rick dies, or even if Rick doesn't die, whatever happens, if there's a 5 to 6 year time jump, you know, the Whisperers are still not going to be around in 6 years. There's going to be some conflict. So they're not going to introduce the Whisperer problem until the second time jump. So I think the first 6 episodes is going to be Rick's leadership and dealing with the saviors who want to turn back on them, and then maybe like little nods here and there for the Whisperers. I can see that happening. But once that time jump happens, that's when I believe the actual Whisperers will show up, because who knows, maybe even Eugene and Rosita are dating here. A lot of people think they could date. You know, in 5 to 6 years, a lot of stuff could happen. They could even have a baby. Who knows? A lot of stuff can happen in 5 to 6 years. So it's going to be like a whole new show, a whole new beginning, legitimately, and I'm very excited for this. So I believe this will be episode 6. I mean, it clearly is one of the first 6 episodes, but I'm believing it's episode 6, probably like towards the end of episode 6, because I think they're gonna be introduced in episode 6, and I think this is a great ending to an episode. You look how terrified they are and stuff. I think this will be a great ending to an episode. So I cannot wait for it. But let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on this? If you believe they're gonna show up earlier or later. Just a little video I made because I kind of was putting stuff together and I kind of thought like this would make most sense. So let me know what you guys think about it, and hopefully you got something out of this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. And if you are interested in Walking Dead videos and stuff like that, be sure to subscribe. Like I said, I have a Whisper video essay coming up soon, which I'm very excited about. But also, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you do enjoy Walking Dead content, subscribe to the channel. It's been All Things Film, and until next time, peace.